Hey, how's it going, and welcome back to the Guns YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to talk about the things you can do right now to get better at Warzone. I'm going to split the video up into 12 points, and then what we're going to do at the end of the gameplay is try to take them 12 points into a gameplay of me doing solos versus duos on the big map, just to give you a bit of real life application of the things I'm talking about. The gameplay in the background is of me a few weeks ago playing with a random duo. It's duos versus quads on Vondel Resurgence, and I think I dropped 28 kills. So I think the first point we want to talk about is actually committing to getting better. So like many of you, I work a full-time job. I play a couple of hours after work in the weekdays and I play a few hours on the weekends. The thing I find fun about playing Warzone and playing video games in general is actually improving and see myself improve. Now, it's a bit difficult with skill-based matchmaking because the better you get, the harder lobbies you get into. But let's forget about that for now. I think the first point I want to make is if you want to get better at Warzone, you actually have to commit and actually say to yourself, I want to get better at this game. And obviously keep watching the video, take into account the points I'm saying, and actually just say to yourself, you know, I think we've got 8 months left of this version of Warzone. So say to yourself, over this next 8 months, I want to improve gradually, and then when Warzone, the next iteration of Warzone comes out with Sledgehammer, I think it's going to be Black Ops Cold War, not Cold War, Black Ops Gulf War, sorry. By that version of Warzone, you want to say, I'm going to be a much better player. So let's move on to the next points in this video. So the second point is all about your settings. It's absolutely insane how many people haven't got optimized settings for their gameplay, whether it be they're on console or PC. So the person I recommend going subscribing to and watching is Iceman Isaac. I'm not going to make a video about settings and recycle people's content. This guy is absolutely awesome. So I'll put the link to this video in the video description. I'd 100% recommend going through this video and making all your settings aligned to Iceman Isaac. He's a professional Warzone player, so he's one of the best players in the game. So if your settings match with him, you know, you're on a good starting point to wanting to improve at the game. So the third point in this video is about the hardware you're using. So I see a lot of people comment, why are YouTubers got such good aim? It's probably because they're playing on 120 FOV. So if you're at the higher your FOV, you can have a lot less visual recoil in your guns. And then the second point is a lot of people still play on massive TVs. I'd highly recommend, if you're looking to improve at Warzone or gaming in general, actually purchase a proper gaming monitor. So I used to play on PS5, and this is the monitor that I used to have. It's a 24-inch gaming monitor, which runs at 1080p and 165 Hz. All that means is if your gaming PC or PS5 is capable, I'm not sure what PS5 is capable of running on Warzone, but let's say the PS5 is capable of running at 150 frames per second, you need a monitor that is at least 150 Hz. Whereas let's say if you've got a gaming PC that's capable of running 200 frames per second, you need a gaming monitor that's 200 Hz. I hope that makes sense. So this is the one I'd recommend for console gaming. It's you know, it's a really good brand and it's quite very reasonably priced. The one I'm running on my gaming PC is a 1440p monitor, which runs up to 230 Hz. Yeah, again, I wouldn't recommend a 27-inch on a PS5, but if you're on a gaming PC, I'd 100% recommend going to 1440p if the spec of your PC can handle it. You get a lot more visual clarity on the map, and you can see a lot more, and it's only 3 more inches than the 24-inch. Every inch matters, right? And then with your monitors, I normally buy my monitors off from overclockers. Always check overclockers first, and then obviously check on Amazon if you can get it at a cheap price. But it's just really easy on overclockers. You just go to monitors, click on the resolution that you want. So as I said, 1080p for consoles and 1440p for PCs if you can handle it. And then yeah, just have a look. You want the lowest response time, so it's normally like 1 millisecond, the highest amount of hertz, and obviously 1440p, which I've already clicked on. So the second point about hardware is getting a decent gaming headset. So the one I use on PC is the HyperX Cloud 2. I used to have this same headset on the PS5 and it worked absolutely fine. So as we all know, the audio isn't that great on Warzone as it is, and it's going to be made even worse if you haven't got a proper gaming headset. So for PS5 and PC, I recommend getting the HyperX Cloud 2. For Xbox, I'm not quite sure, but I'm sure if you just Google the top 10 best gaming headsets for Xbox, there'll be a list out there, and obviously just buy one within your budget. And then the third point is about getting a scuff controller. So this is not absolutely essential. I like the scuff controllers personally, and the reason why I say you need to get a scuff controller because it has the back paddles. So all the back paddles enable you to do is slide and jump without having to take your fingers off the thumbstick. Whereas if you haven't got back paddles, if you want to slide and shoot, you have to take your right thumb off the thumbstick and hit the circle button. And then, you can't, as you're sliding around the corner, you can't aim as well with your right thumbstick. Whereas the back paddles enable you to do that. I know PS5 have got their own branded controller which has back paddles on. So just have a look into it. I like scuff. People say that scuffs break easily. I've had mine for 2 years and it's been absolutely fine. And then there's other brands such as Battle Beaver. And then the other way you could do it, if you don't want to spend the money on a scuff controller with back paddles, you can go to Claw Grip. I tried it once. I absolutely hated Claw Grip. It involves some, you have to keep all your fingers on the buttons as well as a thumbstick. It just felt really awkward. Some people are really good at it, like Mutex, he's a Warzone pro, he plays Claw Grip. I wouldn't recommend it. I'll just basically say just save up and try to get a scuff controller. So the fourth point about if you want to get better at Warzone, which is, it's absolutely obvious, it's just about using the meta guns. I know it's a bit of a weird one because why should you always have to use the meta guns to have fun? But if you're looking to improve at the game, you want to really use the meta guns. So the website I use, they also have an app which you can download onto your iPhone. It's just warzonestats.gg. So if you just type that, if you go onto their Twitter account, or just type it into the app store, it will come up and you can download it. And it's such an easy app to use. You literally click, it shows which guns are the best and which have the highest pick rate. So right now it's the MTZ762, and you go into it and it has the best build, and it has different builds of that gun. So you've got best build, which is probably like an all-round build, a build purely for long range, and for a build which is purely low recoil. You want to use the meta guns if you want to look to improve, right? And then after a while, once you get better at the game, then if you want to have a bit of fun, you can probably use other guns which are in the A tier, B tier, and you can probably still do very, very well. So that's my fourth recommendation. So to demonstrate the next points of how to improve at Warzone, I've just set up a private match on Rust on Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. So the next point I want to talk about is sliding and when you should be sliding. So when I see a lot of players in Warzone, they just run around, they're just randomly sliding with no purpose. The whole purpose of sliding is that you want to try to throw off someone's aim. So let's just set up a scenario here where someone's on this corner and they're aiming at you, right? And let's say you're about to push them and you're just sliding here, and then you come around the corner and start shooting. That's absolutely pointless. The whole purpose of sliding into a corner is to throw off someone's aim. If that person was coming around the corner, they can literally just beam you in your chest, right? Whereas if you slide into the corner, it's going to be very hard to track very quick. So if I peek around this corner and you're just running in a straight line at me, not sliding into this corner, I can come around and just beam you, okay? Whereas if you slide into the corner, it's going to be very different. It's going to be me coming around the corner, then having to just whip my aim, shoot, and it's very hard to track. So the whole purpose of sliding is to throw off someone's aim. Don't just start sliding here randomly like that. That's achieving nothing. You want to get him, and you want to slide into the corner. That was a bit of a bad slide, but let's do that again. So it's short and snappy, yeah? Into that corner. And when you generally move around the map, you want to slide into corners everywhere you go. So let's just demonstrate it. So I'm going to slide into this corner. Slide into that corner. Slide. Slide. And the next point I want to talk about sliding is actually sliding into head glitches. So let's run that scenario again where there's a person we think is on that corner, right? So let's say if you've come around here. Oh, that's what I'm doing there. And you see some guy, right? And you traded them. So your next point, your next head glitch is here, right? Don't just slide into the open like this. Because then you're just easy to track. If you're just he's traded either here, and then your next movement, he's going to be pre-aiming that angle. If you run across and just slide into the open, how easy is that to track? I can just beam you. You want to try to slide into a head glitch, yeah? So you pop up, bang. Yeah. Pop up, and you beam him. That is a lot harder to track, rather than just someone sliding into the open. If I'm aiming here, and you slide, and then pop up here, look, all I can do is hit your head and chest, and that's a lot harder than hitting the whole body here. And that's what you generally want to do when you're playing Warzone. You want to move from cover to cover and think, where's my next head glitch? Like, if I'm moving from here to there, there's not really a head glitch, but what I can do is use this as a bit of cover. So I'm moving and moving. I'm sliding in. Sliding around the corner. Where's my next head glitch? It's here. Sliding in. Head glitch here. Sliding in, yeah. So point 6 is about centering. So centering is positioning your crosshairs to the middle of my screen of where you think the player is going to be, right? So let's say, let's just put a bit of a scenario in here. Let's say there was a guy there, right? And you've come in, you've played the head glitch, you've beamed him. Now, you can't see that. Let's say that person, you can't see him run to the right to that truck. So there's only one place he could be, and he's going to be pre-aiming that angle. So bad centering would be something like this. So let's run that scenario again. So let's say I'm going to beam a guy in that. You clearly see he hasn't run to the right, and he's going to be here. Okay, he's going to be there. So I'm going to go in, slide, head glitch, bang, beamed him. Now I'm running. Now this is bad centering. Why are my crosshairs over here? My crosshairs should be here, ready to snap onto that target. Yeah. So beam, and then my crosshairs are here. Oh, it seems right. Now I have to correct. I have to overcorrect and go there. Overcorrect and go there. Whereas good centering would be running, sliding, bang, there, centering. Yeah. Even better would be you slide into this. So you've got a bit of cover. You can go in and out. If he's pre-aiming it, you can go in and out. So this would be the perfect scenario of good centering. Beam. He's going to run to your left. I could dip in and out of cover, yeah? Try to avoid running in a straight line. Good centering, good centering. I slide. The reason why you want to throw a slide as you get into that bit of cover, yeah, again, you want to try to throw his aim off. You don't want that guy just to beam straight. You want to try to throw his aim off. As he slides, his aim's going down and up. You're popping in and out of cover. Just one last time, just to sort of reinforce that idea. A guy there. You go in, you can clearly see he hasn't ran to the right, so there's only one place he could be, is to the left. Bad centering would be here, because then you've got to overcorrect. Good centering would be there. Okay? So point 7 ties into centering, and it's about pre-aiming. So let's run a scenario again. Let's pretend someone's on this head glitch, right? Let's say there's someone here, and he's holding a really good angle here on you, okay? And let's say you get to go. Let's say originally he was here. He was pre-aiming this angle. And you come around this corner and you go. You pop it. Boom. You take your shields off. Now, as you come around this corner, pre-aim there. I see a lot of people come up. When I'm watching people, they come around the corner. They're like, oh, they're centering so bad. They're pre-aiming all this. You should pre-aim where you think that person's going to hold his next head glitch from. You need to anticipate what a good player is going to do. So let's run that scenario again. Side glitch into that. Boom. Take his shields off. Now I'm pre-aiming. I'm pre-aiming where he's going to go. I'm not looking over here. Coming around the corner, looking like this. I'm looking here. Ideally, you slide into it. Let's just run that again. 3 loads. There's a guy in this corner. Slide, boom. And I'm pre-aiming there. Yeah. There. And pop up. Run it again. That's point 7 about pre-aiming. So point 8 is about positioning and repositioning. It's quite hard to sort of demonstrate this on Rust, and when you're playing multiplayer, you sort of need to be in a real life game scenario. So we'll go into that in a bit later in the video, but let's just look at the general principles of it, right? Let's try to run a few scenarios. So let's go for that scenario again where there's a guy holding angle on you here, okay? And let's say in this scenario, you come up, you pop up, and he absolutely beams you. He's taking your shields off now. Now, he more than likely, if it's a good player, he's gonna full send it, okay? He's gonna come in, bang, beam you. What you need to be doing is always be positioning and repositioning to keep the enemy guessing. So let's say in that scenario, come round, get beamed, takes my shields off. Now I'm dipping, I'm repositioning. I'm on the assumption that he's gonna push, bang. As you come around that corner, I can sort of play up. I'm holding triangle, playing, and I'm snaking. Using my scuff controller, I'm pressing the back paddle for circle, and I'm snaking. Okay. More likely, I could. I mean, that was probably a bad way to demonstrate it because he would have had a line of sight in this angle. So let's say if he shoots me, he's taking my shields off, and I'm in. I've got a smoke grenade. I can reposition here. He's gonna come across there. Always reposition and reposition. Don't ever hold your feet. I see a lot of people in Warzone. They get a few shots on someone. Let's say me and him trade. I'm plating up. He's plating up. And then just repeat the same angle. You just, you know, it comes a bit of a 50-50. If you, let's say he takes my shields off, I take his shields off. And I reposition, right? And I keep him guessing. So as soon as you trade with someone or you take their shields off, reposition and keep them guessing. That's always the best thing to do. And I'll sort of hopefully try to demonstrate that in my solos versus duos gameplay later on in this video. So point 9 is practice against bots. So all the previous principles, the best way to practice it is set up a game on Rust against 4 bots on regular difficulty and practice slide cancelling in and out of headies, your centering, your repositioning and positioning. That's the best way to do it, okay? So like this spot here, I'm going to jump in and out of cover. And try to use like a low recoil gun. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit. Try to use like a low recoil gun to get practice with your aiming. Okay, and always aim for the chest and head. I'll pop up in this cover here. Can't see him. Nope. Reposition. The bot's got me. And just do this, maybe if you do this every time, you know, for about 10 minutes before you jump into a game of Warzone, over the course of a year, your aim's definitely going to get better. If you just try to do this every time you play, your aim's going to get better. Pop up. Come around the corner. I don't know who's there, so I'm going to slide into it. Slide into it. Come around this corner. Slide. Now I'm snaking. Using my scuff and trial. Snaking. Trying to get information where the enemy's coming from. Oh, that was bad aim. See, like that, even my aim's sometimes rubbish. Before you play a game of Warzone, warm up on Rust. And just practice slide cancelling, centering, thinking where players are going to be. And the other thing I want to touch about is point 10 is rotational aim assist. So a lot of people, when they shoot, they hold left trigger and they just start beaming. You get 4 aim assists if you're moving your left thumbstick at the same time. I'll try to demonstrate now. Let's get a bit further away from these guys. So I'm going to aim. You get more aim assist if you're moving, strafing left to right. Okay. If you stand still and do this, you're not going to get as much aim assist. You get more aim assist when you aim and you strafe. And you want to strafe in and out of cover. So let's pop it out of this. Like that, boom. Snake. Move left to right. That's probably not a good example. This is a better example of moving in and out of cover left to right here, like this. Moving in and out. Getting more aim assist. So point 11 on how to get better at Warzone is trying to play solo versus squad-based game mode. So in this gameplay, I'm actually playing duos versus quads on Resurgence. And the reason why I say this makes you a better player is because obviously when you're playing by yourself and you're playing against a team of 2, 3 or 4, I'd highly recommend starting off with solo duos first. Get good at solo duos and then obviously go up to trios and then quads. The whole point of playing solo versus duos is it puts you at a disadvantage and it makes you prioritize your targets more. So let's say if you get in a gunfight with a team of 2, I see a lot of players, what they do is when they're fighting more than one player, they get the first guy downed and they're just so desperate to get the finish and get the first on the guy that's downed rather than thinking about who's coming around the corner. Normally when you get a player downed, their teammate's going to be behind them running in because the guy who got down is going to be like, oh, he's one shot, he's on the top of the staircase, wherever it may be. So instead of finishing off the down player, you get better muscle memory of getting the down and then switching on to the next target and the target after that. And playing solo versus quads, stop saying solo versus squads, let's say solo versus duos, enables you to make better decision making in gunfights. So you don't always have to stand your ground in a gunfight. As I said in point 8, wherever it was, about repositioning and positioning, sometimes when you're fighting a team, you're going to start losing that gunfight. Instead of just holding your ground, especially when you're playing solo versus quads, you have to reposition and keep the enemy team guessing. I always see a lot of players, they get in a gunfight and they just sort of don't move. They think we're just going to hold our ground here. Whereas if you play solo versus duos, trios, quads, you get much better at repositioning, moving around the map quicker, keeping people guessing. So point 12 about proving at Warzone is actually reviewing your own gameplay. So even now, watching this gameplay back, I make loads of mistakes where I'm not sliding into corners, for examples. So I think if you're on PS5, you can record your own gameplay. So my suggestion would be, every week, try to record a gameplay where you did sort of okay, you might have got a few kills, and then just go back through that gameplay and try to understand where you died and how you could have played that situation better. Scenarios in the game where you could have played more aggressive and got more kills, and generally where your general overall decision making can be improved. Another thing I'll also add as well, also try to watch, the real top tier Warzone players. I mean, I'm more than happy if you want to watch my videos and see how you can get better by watching my videos. But the way I got better was watching players like Z-Laner, FaZe Swag, Metaphor, and watching how they make decisions in games. Because generally, the top players, there's not much skill gap between them. The real good players like Biffle, Swifty, it's their decision making and the speed of decision making that is better than Z-Layer and Swag and players like that. So I know I said I was going to add a solo versus duos gameplay at the end of this video. I've actually already got the gameplay, but I added it on and the whole video came to an hour. So I've decided not to add it because I feel like I don't think people are going to sit down and watch this whole video for an hour. So what I will say is if you found any of the tips helpful, I'd really appreciate if you can like the video and subscribe if you haven't already done so. I'm going to let the rest of this video play out, and I'll see you in the next one. Yo, bro, can you hear me?
Alright, your squad's in the safe zone. dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Target down. Marking the rest of them. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get hunting. Kill confirmed. We located the rest of them. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them. Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Go get hunting. Resurgence window is ending. Watch your six. Fire sale's done. Prices are back to normal. Gas is inbound. Enemies dropping into the AO. Get your squad to the safe zone. No one gets left behind. Remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. Enemy soldier incoming. Resurgence has closed. No more second chances. Be advised, Resurgence is no longer active. This is for keeps. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. You're losing ground. Move it. Dropping into the AO.
Shit, bro, I didn't realise you were dead. My bad. Try to get you back.
There are 24 enemies active. Kill them all.
you fucking prick, man. Had to die at the buy station, didn't I? Oh, why? 3 away from 30, man. I'm meant to get you back. Shit. My bad, bro.
Got gas moving in.
So annoying. Couldn't see the fog. Let's go, bro. Oh, well played, man. Well played. GG's. It's gonna be difficult getting 30 though. Oh. You got guns on you, bro? Ah, unlucky. It's fucking fog, man. If I went for the fog, I'd be able to see what I was shooting at. Yeah, of course, bro.
Inbound. 10 remain. You're almost done here.
No.
You were 1 of 10.
That was a bot lobby, man. Should have got 30 plus easy, me and you.